Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we got a video, obviously. Don't know why I said that, like that was some groundbreaking thing I just revealed. Literally, of course we got a video, that's literally what I do. Anyways, this one's called The Disturbing Part of the Internet, Volume 15. We are 2 away from being up to date with this. We got one more to do after this one, which will probably be done later, early next week, or maybe later next week, we'll see. It depends what people decide to upload. And then, we'll be all up to date with it. Anyways, takes time to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the like button, subscribe button, let's go! God damn it. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this a bunch of times.
It means there's going to be a loss of human life besides my own.
I have seen this dash cam video so many times. So many times. It's actually insane how many times I've seen it.
The following dashcam footage was shared on Reddit. In Chile, a truck was driving on the highway. Eventually, the car in front of him came to a halt. That's when 2 men leave the car and charge at him with what looks like a weapon. Instinctively, the driver tries to reverse, but realizes that there's another car behind him. This led to the following.
I love this video. This guy says, nah, fuck this, drives into the car, they're losing their car, and it just goes fucking driving into the damn thing. Unfortunately, the car is stolen, the one they're driving, the criminal is driving, so it's not like it identifies to them, but it's still hilarious visual. I love this. Yeah, go screw off! Yeah, get lost, boy.
The driver pushes the car in front of him, but we can see the brake lights. So the attacker was trying to slow him down but couldn't, and the driver made it out safely. A few days later,
Yeah, this is insane because this is a attempt at a robbery, and it just goes. The fact people try this in broad daylight is insane. I don't know what type of next level weird monster you have to think trying this in public's a good idea, but they did it, and it failed.
the video had been posted online and also shared with the police. The real owner of the car confirmed that it had been stolen. It is believed that they wanted to use the car to steal other cars as well.
And it's most
From
hideous man.
2007 to 2008, Nick Bate established his online presence by creating accounts on LiveJournal and DeviantArt. He was eventually discovered on a forum website called 789chan, which was dedicated to another internet personality named Christian. Nick faced a lot of harassment and trolling online for various reasons, including the fact that he regularly admitted to never washing or cleaning himself, instead opting to only clean his hair. He also
Man, you can't. You are a grown man. If you're trying to attract some ladies, you can't just go around saying you never showered or never cleaned yourself. That's weird. Don't go around saying that. No lady's gonna want to be around you when you're saying that. You're crazy, man. What's wrong with you? See, you see, that's why people make fun of you stupid ass. Cause you see, you say stupid things. People are gonna think you're stupid. Saying stupid things gets stupid results, as well as doing stupid things get stupid results.
has very poor dental hygiene, admitting to never brushing his teeth, leaving him with rotting and misshapen teeth in the front of his mouth. Another
I can't say anything. I don't have the greatest dental work either. I had to go get dental surgery earlier this year. I can't say goddamn anything. My dental isn't any better, so I can't judge him for that.
huge point of harassment for Nick was his coprophilia, and his obsession with disgusting feces, and how they can be incorporated into sexual acts. He also faced harassment.
Yeah, this man weird. This man's a virgin. This man's a virgin. Never talked to a woman in his life. This is yeah, this guy's messed up. Clearly messed up.
For admitting to enjoying cross-dressing. The main point of harassment for Nick was a self-proclaimed inappropriate fascination with underage children, insisting that maintaining intimate relationships with children shouldn't be illegal, and professed
I got nothing. This is the dumbest, most fucked up man I fucked up when it comes to thought part. Who fucking thinks like that? Weirdo. You're fucking weirdo. What a fucked up human being you are. So, like, I already had to deal with Chris Chan, and hearing that his stupid ass got released some fucking how. I'd still love to know that one. How the fuck did that man get released from any prison? But now knowing this human being exists already offends my ass, because this man shouldn't be. Should be being in an alley.
Expressing his intense interest in such relationships, Nick went on to create his first YouTube channel named Dr. Nicholas Bate on November 11, 2009, where he primarily posted short vlogs such as tours of his trailer and videos featuring his family. However, he later moved on from this channel and created another one, named Constant Butts, on June 17, 2011. Nick briefly had an online girlfriend named Anna, who was a troll disguised as a potential partner for Nick in an online roleplay forum. Anna was a huge focal point of Nick's obsessions in the brief time they dated. It was to this troll that Nick admitted to committing violating acts against his younger half-sister, involving his fascination with coprophilia.
I want this man to die. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm really trying not to swear in these videos, but it's videos like this where I can't do it. I apologize, YouTube. I know you want family friendly, and that helps me out. I don't want to swear. Honestly, I don't want to swear in these videos. But how do you not when this guy's here? How do you not when this guy's a thing? I can't not do it. He's insane. I can't just not swear. I don't know how my people feel about the fact that I swear. I don't know if it's part of who they think they are. I feel like probably some of them might think I should probably hold back in swearing. I don't actually know. But I know YouTube likes it when I'm more family friendly, but I can't do it when a guy like this is on my screen.
With this, he made the following song.
Raping children, and disemboweling and force-feeding them their own intestines. Damn, son.
Around the 30th of April 2015, Nick was finally arrested for these incidents, which were stated to have occurred between 2009 to 2010, when his half-sister was 5 to 7 years old. His court case was documented by Kiwi Farms user named Saul Goodman, who explained how Nick's half-sister had to explain the grooming to the court, despite Nick's protests that the claims were false. Nick was found to be guilty and is now currently serving time in prison on a 16 to 40-year sentence.
Oh, so this guy gets sentenced. Okay, well at least this guy got sentenced. Apparently Chris Chan didn't get sentenced at all. He just got freaking released. I'm not over that. That guy's all that pisses me off when I heard that.
Sentence he has tried to appeal twice, but both times have been denied.
Don't blame him. That's
The following dashcam footage was filmed in Slovakia. A family was driving through a wooded area during a rainy day. Eventually, they heard a crack where the following happens.
Oh! Oh my!
After multiple trees fell down, they tried reversing, but the trees now started falling on top of their car and behind the car, so there was no escape.
Oh my god! Good god! That would cause me to lose my mind. Oh my god! I would lose my mind. I would have a heart attack. I'd have a heart attack. I'd close my eyes. I'm like, I'm gonna die. This is where I die. This is where I'm going to die. This would terrify the S out of me. I don't know how. I couldn't imagine driving down the road. You're just driving out of nowhere. 1 tree, 2 trees, 3 trees, 4 trees, trees start backing up, trees behind you start falling down, or bam, tree falls on your car. No.
The reason for the trees falling down was due to the soil being wet. It had been raining for over a week, which caused the trees to not have a firm hold in the soil. This made the trees fall down one by one. After all, the family seems to be doing fine, and they avoided bigger damages, since they just stopped instead of trying to escape. Before moving on to the next topic, I just want to say that either now or within the next few days, the second episode of my Patreon exclusive series goes live. It is very similar to this format here on YouTube.
I'm gonna react to a YouTube one. If there's, once you put the NSFW on there, or whatever it is, I ain't touching it. I ain't even gonna look at it. I'm good.
But it's completely uncensored, and I can talk about stuff that I couldn't do here. Check it out on Patreon, amongst everything else I offer on there for just $2 per month. Let's continue. So in this case, it's not actually the user being disturbing, but rather the community. You'll soon understand what I mean.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk about her content here, it was mostly uncontroversial, until she posted a video claiming that another TikToker that goes by John Moss Lol is copying her content word for word.
Did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on who you are as a person and the things that could possibly happen to you?
Yo, did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on you and the things that can happen to you in your life?
People born in March are way more likely to have asthma, and I can actually speak to this one because my little sister, the only one born in March, has asthma.
They're born in March are actually more likely to have asthma. And I can speak to that because my cousin, the only person born in March, has asthma.
While this looks
Okay, that's a little. Yeah, okay, I can understand. It might just be coincidence, and it probably is. That is very coincidental. The only way I would know is if I have to know who uploaded first, and how soon after she uploaded did he upload the similar video. That's the only way I'll be able to know.
convincing from her perspective, John Moss Lol seemingly debunked her claims, saying he was just reading it off of Google.
So only Jay has put on her Instagram, this dude copied my content more than once, and when she crowded me out, I threatened her and then deleted the comments. No, her video was in the bathroom, mine was outside, and I found the content off Google. What does your birthmark say about you? And I found it, and I was like, oh snap, this would be cool. And then somebody sent me her video, and I was like, yeah, she made it. And then she got really aggressive. I said, hey, you made it first. That's fine.
So he claims that she was
Okay, fair. That's a fair response. He's like, listen, I read it off of Google. Read the thing off the Google. Mom was outside, she was in the bathroom. Somewhat different. And then he even said, when she said about how she did it first, like, yeah, you did it first. That's fine. He never was like, oh, no, I did it first. He's just like, no, you did it first, then I did it. But it's not like he stole from her.
the first one with this content, and that's about it. But honestly, he was literally copying her video word for word, so I'm not sure if he's really saying the truth here. Anyway,
It's the second one that has my coincidence. Not the first one could be done as coincidental. The second one's a little sketchy. That's the one I'm sketched on.
the result, her fans were texting him very disgusting messages. As a result, only JS was getting a lot of backlash and made this Reddit post. The last part is pretty interesting. I don't own facts. Information is fair game, but blatantly copying content is not. That's my point. I don't want John Candles. I don't hate him. I don't hate going his way. But on that same note, I still think he should be held accountable. I don't understand how I can show proof of him copying me, and I still end up looking like the bad guy to most people. I wanted you guys to hear it from me and the whole thing. People started leaking older DMs, and oh boy, it's not looking good. Years ago, she said the N-word with a hard R in a DM, amongst other very wild stuff. What followed was a
This is what happens. A bunch of people with one thing goes to the next. So this went from stealing content to revealing DMs where she calls someone the N-word.
It's a generic apology.
Or did she call him the N-word? I don't know if that was to him or not. That wasn't really made clear by him, by the narrator. Because if that was to him, then yeah, it's fine for him to share it. If not, it just fell out of nowhere. Why people would just randomly upload it. Not saying it shouldn't have been out. It's just very weird timing.
Apology video as usual. I don't even know why people even bother doing these anymore, but here you go.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric and derogatory language to hurt others.
You're not even in sync with yourself. How are you out of sync with yourself?
To be fair, the messages were at the time from 4 years ago and written privately, and she really seems to be still very young, so changing your worldview in this time frame is very likely. Strangely, even though she apologized for sound
Ridiculous. It's insane. Luckily enough, that won't happen to me. You'll never find me revealing that I say that shit. I'm more shocked. This might sound ridiculous, weird. I'm more shocked I'm not racist. Because I live with family who are. But I'm not. I don't ever try to be. I don't ever try to put myself in scenarios where I sometimes I'll say it. I sometimes say things that when you look back, when you hear them, you probably sound wrong. My brain doesn't work right that times. But I never will deny to say I'm perfect when it comes to wording what I say. I say the stupidest things sometimes. You have no idea. I'm walking, talking stupidity, okay? But I never will put myself in that position, because anyone who does is they're just stupid. Just why can't we all be nice to each other, right? Why does it matter what skin color you are? Y'all be nice. Doesn't matter what gender you are, what thing you are, who you like, who you don't like, don't matter what race you are. Why can't we all just get along? Enjoy the fact that we all alive these day and age, when we can all do what we want, say what we want, and we all don't have to be the most meanest human beings. I don't know why we try to be. I just don't get it.
something she did years ago.
I went way off topic from this, I'm sorry.
No one really cared. Only Jayus also has a weird habit of responding to every criticism and hate she receives, which doesn't really help at all. It would have been fine to just respond to it once and that's it, but she's really overdoing it. It got to a point where she would basically get cancelled over anything. It didn't really...
Yeah, don't respond to any listen, I get criticisms. The only criticism thing is I talk sometimes too much in my videos. Probably will happen in this one. I always get that person. If my video takes off, I'm gonna get, like, it gets popular. I get always the comments of, I talk too much. Why am I existent? Why am I in the video? Which always makes me laugh. The only one I understood was the Mr. Ballin one recently with a guy who had ADHD. Because I understand that, because I have ADHD. So a bunch of different things going on, I don't know who to focus on. I completely understand his perspective. So, yeah, he's the only one I don't have I understood his.
Didn't matter anymore what she talked about. There were countless people criticizing her for the pettiest stuff they could think of. I mean, it got so bad that people literally signed a petition to ban her off of TikTok, and it got over 400,000 votes.
Oh my god! So 436,853 people signed, and their goal is 500,000. God damn!
She basically got bullied off of social media.
The most unhinged YouTuber.
Flip this 3 times, or the best out of 3 rather. And if it's heads, I'll do it here. If it's tails, supermarket. Tails. Which means there's gonna be a loss of life besides my own.
He looks unhinged. This guy looks unhinged. They're all just the people who look the title. Because the other one was like the most hideous one I didn't really say to do. This guy looks like he'd be unhinged.
Possibly more.
Randy Stair was someone who had quite the online presence, and while he wasn't largely popular, his early 2008 YouTube comedy videos and his later 2014 Danny Phantom fan videos helped him gather a small fanbase. For Randy, a lot of his life was put online, and in his head, most of his life was spent in an alternate cartoon universe. At the age of 16, Randy, who resided in Dallas, Pennsylvania, began working on his YouTube channel Pioneers Productions, where he created and uploaded comedy videos, most of which are deleted now and unable to be found anywhere online. Through these videos, he introduced several fictional characters portrayed by toys he owned, such as Mr. Horsehead, who was a toy hobby horse, Froggy, who was a plastic toy frog, and a random stuffed toy of a whale. Randy went by the name of Andrew Blaze Online and continued to make multiple channels on YouTube, including the channel Worthless Toaster. When Randy started to become obsessed with Danny Phantom character Amber McLean in 2014, a video he had uploaded on the Worthless Toaster channel, consisting of a HD quality version of one of the character's songs, named Remember, gained 3 million views over 5 years. His growing obsession with Danny Phantom meant that he no longer had any passion for his comedy YouTube channel, instead wanting to focus on creating fan animations for the show. He closed the channel Pioneers.
My thing is, yeah, comedy thing can only work so long, but having an obsession with an animated character probably isn't the best one either.
Productions with a 5-part final series, including a range of disturbing and bizarre imagery, including dropping a laptop playing the HD version of Remember into water, ending the lives of his stuffed toys and cremating them, among other more graphic imagery. Now that he was done with Pioneers Productions, Randy turned his full focus to his animated EGS, aka Amber's Ghostnut, which focused on female characters from Danny Phantom. The cartoon frequently included morbid themes, and Randy even believed that he was in a relationship with the fictional character Mackenzie West, who he dubbed as his soulmate. Randy's obsession grew more and more darker the more he spent his free time working on the cartoons, especially with his job at his local waste market, meaning he worked night shifts and rarely had normal human contact. He began believing that the afterlife was in fact his EGS universe, and that when he passed away, he would be reborn into that universe to be with his girlfriend Mackenzie. He also...
That is insane thought process. He was so delusioned that he believed when he died he'd be reborn into his own fictional universe to be with his fictional girlfriend. That is insane delusion. That is someone who is not there at all.
stated that he felt like a woman trapped in a man's body, though never explicitly expressed a desire to transition, instead believing that he would have to pass away in order to be reborn as the girl he was meant to be in the EGS universe. Randy also became obsessed with the Columbine incident, joining online communities discussing Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold's motivations and how they carried out their crime, and even praising their actions and reasoning. His Columbine obsession as well as his Danny Phantom obsession began to merge into one, with him creating and releasing an EGS cartoon in late 2016 titled Westboro High, Goodbye. This video focused on Randy, as his EGS alias Andrew Blaze, recreating the event of Columbine with the Danny Phantom character Rachel, at a high school that resembles the one he grew up in, though it was set in the EGS universe. Randy continued to express frustration and pain online over not being able to exist as a girl, especially one in the Danny Phantom universe, and began heavily emphasizing how ready he was to cross over to the other side.
This is a man who was not there from the moment he started his life. He seemed like he was born not all there, and it just grew to be more and more unhinged. This is insane.
Creating a date for him to commit the act on, subsequently moving it closer and closer as he became more restless. Using a coin flip to determine his method of crossing over, Randy decided to not only end his life, but to pay homage to the Columbine perpetrators by ending the lives of his co-workers at the waste market too.
Tails. That's fate for you.
He even made a series of tapes, explaining his reasoning for the event, another element he copied from Harris and Klebold. On June 7th, 2017, Randy went into work like usual, only this time taking in 2 shotguns. They were sawed off and had duct tape grips like the Columbine perpetrators. He made sure to block an emergency exit as he started work, and carried on with his usual store duties while locking other exits as he worked. Randy took the lives of 3 of his co-workers, with his co-worker Kristen Noel unaware of the events as she was listening to music through her headphones. When she became aware of the attack, she locked herself in the crew room where she contacted police. The attacks ended when Randy passed away by the store's deli section. Though to his co-workers, Randy's attack was random and out of character for the shy introvert. Those who were aware of Randy's online presence and interests had years worth of
For those who don't know him and don't know his online presence, he's just a random shy guy, so this just feels randomly out of left field. For those who do know about him, and do know his online presence, this is just an unhinged man who finally snapped.
content to sift through and witness his descent into madness. 40-year-old Hideto Kurotsumi was a Japanese stalker who, after years of harassment and stalking, took the life of 33-year-old Rei Miyoshi. In 2004, Hideto met 25-year-old Rei and was working as a social science teacher at a private high school, where he was in charge of the school's badminton club. They continued dating until 2006, and Rei then broke up with him. Hideto was enraged by her decision, and continued to harass Rei with continuous messages, emails and calls, including leaving messages such as, "I won't allow you to be happy without me." Rei contacted the Tokyo police, which caused him to cease his efforts. Rei soon moved on to another man, getting married in 2008 and legally changing her name to Rei Miyoshi. On the other hand, Hideto's behavior had continued in the background, with him constantly sending her emails, unaware of her changing her last name and moving to a different city. He even rang the workplace where Rei was formerly employed and pretended to be her relative in an attempt to find out her location. This behavior from him continued into 2010.
Okay, if anyone is this obsessed with you, get help, get them away. Find any way. Get away from them. As best as you can. Move. Do something. Do anything to get away from this person.
With him sending some very alarming messages, including telling Rei, "I'm definitely going to kill you." He even walked to a local forest to make an attempt on his life, but was prevented from harming himself and was hospitalized for mental health issues. Hideto quickly found himself arrested upon release from the hospital, as he immediately went back to sending threats to Rei, such as, "I will stab you and myself," and "I will take my life because of you." He was sent to prison for 1 year and got a 3-year suspended sentence for intimidation. We now get to the most controversial part about this case. While the police officer was reading out the arrest warrant, they told Hideto Rei's changed name and her address. Hideto was up.
What? What? Why would you tell a man who's obsessed with a girl her name, her new name, and her... That police officer should be arrested too. That police officer should be arrested too. That man should be... That is insane. I don't know what the fuck this police officer was thinking. That is dipshit at a whole new level.
Subsequently released from prison in 2012 and used this information to start gathering clues on how to locate her, including finding her social media to narrow down her location, as well as finding her husband's name and using forums to ask for help locating his address. Rei called the police after Hideto had sent her over 1,000 messages since his release, and they decided to protect her by installing security cameras and patrolling the area around her home. However,
this is the worst police protection I've ever seen. What is setting up security cameras gonna do? He wants to kill her. That doesn't matter. He doesn't care if he gets seen by a camera. Stupid police.
they weren't able to do anything to stop Hideto for 2
No!
reasons. First, police were unable to take much further action against Hideto, as it wasn't illegal to send many emails to someone, and secondly, his messages didn't include any threats, but rather him asking for compensation or pity after the pain Rei had put him through. Eventually, police stopped patrolling her house, since Hideto stopped attempting to contact her, at least stopped contacting her directly. Hideto had now actually hired a private investigator to get a hold of Rei's location. He managed to find an
This man is insane. This is a man who's actually insane. Like, this is obsession at a different level. Holy crap.
agency who took on his request, with the agent calling the city's tax office and obtaining Rei's address by posing as her husband, an action which is obviously illegal. This information became available to Hideto within 24 hours of his original request. On his 40th birthday, on November 6, 2012, Hideto ended Rei's life by pretending to be a delivery man, breaking into her house through an unlocked window, and stabbing her repeatedly. Autopsy results would go on to confirm that Rei died at 2 PM from a large wound to her neck. Around an hour later, Hideto would also end his own life. A police official claimed that reading out the arrest warrant was the appropriate procedure, but that, in retrospect, measures could have been taken not to disclose her details.
You fucking think? You think they could have... You can read the arrest warrant and all that without telling her her name. Speak to her first. Ask her that thing. She might tell you, hey, I changed my name. He doesn't know what my new name is. Don't tell him what my new name is. If anything, tell her, and then you tell him it's her old name. Because as far as he knows, that's her name. Tell him her old name, her old last name. Don't tell her where he lived. Because that's stupid no matter what situation you're in. Oh, that police officer, that was a bunch of stupid moves.
Narcissa Wright was a prominent American speedrunner who gained fame online for her gaming skills, and later infamy for her outbursts and inappropriate behavior. She first gained recognition of her impressive gaming skills and became widely popular for her ability to complete games quickly by exploiting and discovering glitches and other tricks. She developed an interest in the gaming world at a young age, and began participating in discussions about speedrunning games at the Speed Demos Aircast forums in 2006. Her speedrunning abilities led her to achieve numerous world records in Zelda games. In 2009, she co-founded Speedruns Live with Daniel Hart, a website that aimed to create a community of speedrunners who could race and stream their gameplay through Twitch. In 2015, Narcissa was one of the 16 players invited by Nintendo to participate in the Nintendo World Championships. She made it pretty far, making it to the final round of the competition. Later that year, Narcissa publicly announced that she was a trans woman and started her transition, legally changing her name to Narcissa. This is a point when she faced a lot of online harassment, and her online persona started to stray towards more outlandish and extreme behavior. At the same time, she started to experience pain in her hands, a chronic pain that always worsened after speedrunning for long hours. Narcissa started to stray away from speedrunning for this reason, and focused more on generic streaming on Twitch, including painting, vlogging, casually playing games, and even a stream where she stared at the camera for hours, until eventually falling asleep. Narcissa began to express how she didn't feel real if she wasn't existing online. Her streams would
That is bad. That is a bad mental state to be in when you feel you don't exist or you aren't real unless you're online 24/7. That is a bad mental situation right there.
run for as long as 24 hours. She briefly left Twitch in 2016 due to harassment and lack of speedrunning content, but she swiftly returned after stating that the internet is her home. In 2018, Narcissa was banned by Twitch, which upset her a lot, though she felt it had been coming for a while due to the extensively long nature of her streams, her tendency to watch lewd anime during her streams, and having a provocative dressing style. Her Twitch was banned for 4 years, until she returned in 2022 after the ban had been lifted, but she got banned shortly after. This decision caused Narcissa to have a public meltdown on Twitter, stating, "I want to off myself and shoot people at the Twitch HQ, and the internet is hell, and Twitch makes me want to die." Many of her fans were concerned about her mental health after these tweets, and noted her unhealthy relationship with living her life online. She apologized for her behavior and actually got unbanned after merely 22 days, which a lot of streamers disagreed with. She directly threatened Twitch and still got unbanned, whereas people get banned for things that are either way more mundane or out of their control. Narcissa Wright is an example of how online fame can quickly turn into infamy, and how relying on online services to broadcast your life to provide it with meaning can take a devastating toll mentally in the long term. If you have
Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought of these in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all for the next one.